Hey everybody, Gordon here again from AMT Restoration in Bend, Oregon. So, as you've seen through our other series of videos, we showed you how to cut and get to the final stage before you polish. Now, this is the end stage, so if you have made any mistakes prior to this, you have to go back and correct them before you finish. This is when you're saying you're done and you're ready to show the vehicle to the world or finish assembling it and continue on from there. So this is the absolute last stage of any paint job. I'm going to try and show you the best way I know how to do it and with the products that I use and the reasons that I use them. So let's start off with the panel that we've been working on all along. You notice I've got it taped up mostly at the top. It's because polishing compounds are like cement when they dry, and since I have done the rest of the car, I really don't want to send polishing compounds up the rest and ruin what I'm working on. So the first thing is when you get done polish, when you're done your cutting and everything, and you think your surface is perfectly clean and ready for polishing, most likely it's not. You really want to be clean and make sure there's nothing left on the surface before you begin your final polish. So the easiest way to do it, of course, is to take I like using glass cleaner, foamy glass cleaner, spray it over the surface I'm going to polish, and then wipe it down. So it's good and dry. And I know for sure now there is nothing left on my surface that might interfere with my polishing. I really don't want to have anything left over from previous work on the surface that I'm working at. Okay, so the next thing is to choose your compound. There are so many compounds on the market. It's unlimited on what you can choose. I choose my products based on my experience with them, how well they work, and what each function is. I'm a real fan of Meguiar's, the Professional Series 100 Pro Speed compound. The reason I like this so much is as you cut and use it, it starts to break down, and it literally shows you that you can move on to your next piece or part of the panel. And so you start off with a firm application, and as it starts to lighten up, you lift off, and the product will actually break down and then fluff off or dust off, and you've gone through, you've used up its life. Another one that works really well is a 3M number 1 rubbing compound. This is for really fast. It will remove up to 1,200 grit scratches. So it's a very aggressive product, but it requires extreme caution on using it because it will go down to 1,200 grit sandpaper scratches in the paint job. So if you are very heavy on your first cut, it's very easy to burn with the 3M product. But it will do an amazing job once you've mastered the technique of using 3M. For people that are just beginning, or even continuing on, my favorite is still the Meguiar's 100 Pro Cut compound. It works fast, it's easy, very simple to use. So yeah, let's do a demonstration of your very first cut. In any vehicle that I do here in the shop, I always start off with a brand new wool pad. They're Velcro backed and can be washed, but every vehicle gets a brand new wool pad, and I will use that for the entire vehicle, whether I have to wash it under hot soapy water or not. And then when that car is done, I simply get rid of the pad because you never know what's being laying around the shop after that. So yeah, I'm very low on my cutting compound, so you're gonna have to bear with me. Normally you would just squeeze it through the tip and apply it across the surface, but I'm almost out, and so this is what I got to work with this weekend. So once you've got it on the surface, you want to go ahead and smear it around. You know, slinging it around is not fun. So if you can get some of it in the pad and worked in before you start, it's a lot better than slinging you know, debris everywhere. 1500 RPM is the maximum you want to go on this compound. So let's do a little bit of cutting here and see what we come up with. Okay, so there's our start cut, let's say. I really don't want to go much further than this because I'm running low. And so like I said, this is just for demonstration purposes. Again, a clean rag is absolutely important in dealing with any of these surfaces. You just do not want to reuse rags. Microfiber rags are probably the best you can get, which is obviously these. And we clean our surface up, and that's the first step of running the fine or the Pro Cut cleaner. Okay, now that we've finished with our 100 Pro Cut compound, it's time to move up to the next level, which is actually polishing the surface to get that mirror finish that you're looking for. And to get rid of, well, now we're getting rid of polishing scratches or cutting scratches. I use a foam pad that's like this that has the ridges built into it. It allows some of the compound to stay and also gives it a chance for some of the compound to be slung off and removed from the surface. It's personal preference on this one, but foam pad is, you know, necessary. Wool is only for cutting. Foam is for polishing. So the one that I really like to use is Meguiar's Ultimate Compound for the final stage. I feel it gives me the best finish that's possible. Of course, here we go. We're still dealing with dust bunnies from before. So we'll get rid of those. We'll try and put a liberal amount on the surface, and that seems to work just really well. Again, we're gonna rub it in a little bit. We hate slinging compound. It really sucks to do it, but you know, here we go. So again, on this stage you can run from 1500 up to about 1800 RPM for the final stage. So let's give it a crack and see what happens. Okay, so we worked that in a little bit. I don't want to spend too much time on it because we're just doing this, you know, to help you guys out. Now, this is where your final towels become very important. You do not want to introduce any scratches whatsoever into what you've just done. So these super soft microfiber towels from Meguiar's are probably the best you can get. They will not let you scratch the surface at all. So I'm going to wipe this off real quick here. I don't know if you can hear it, but you can hear the surface has got that kind of squeaky sound to it now. It really tells you the difference you've made. You're getting that sound that you're looking for and the ultimate smoothness that you were looking for. So, and you'll take several passes to do an area correctly. This is the time you spend in working out all the little final scratches and stuff you didn't get before. With the cutting compound, it will come out with the polish, the final polish. Again, it's about time. This is not a race to get it done. The more time you spend here, the better finished product you're going to end up with. So we're just going to wipe this down here a little bit. Hopefully the camera's picking that up on just how shiny that surface is. It's almost like a sheet of glass. A couple more minutes in each spot, and any remaining scratches from the cutting compound will come out. So that's about it as far as that goes. So hopefully I've taught you something this weekend, and if you like more how-to videos, let us know. And again, this is Gordon from A-Team Restoration in Bend, Oregon, hoping this taught you something. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.